My whole channel is pretty much dedicated to calling like streamers or content creators who are much larger than me stupid, and then having their fans come into the few comments that I do get and insulting them for making fun of their favorite streamer. And I think we just had like one of the largest content creators do some of the dumbest things you could possibly do. And I'm not going to disagree with that. What Sniperwolf did was insane. But I feel like she could have easily come out as the victim in this and gotten sympathy and made Jacksfilms look like a villain if she was just a little smarter. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Jacksfilm just came out saying that Sniperwolf doxed him, which she did because on Instagram she asked this question if she could go to his house because she's close because of one of her shoots. And then the poll obviously said yes because that would be good drama. And then she was really dumb and did a live stream on Instagram where it showed the outside of his house where you could clearly see where Jacksfilms was living. And that obviously made Jacksfilms and his wife scared because people are crazy and they don't want fans knowing where they live. But more importantly, haters where they live. And to continue the dumb decision she was making, like she's now saying, accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox. And like that is, his address is publicly on Google. Like she clearly knew what she was doing. Everyone knows this in the space, knows what doxing is. Like, why are you even trying to play that? Like, the reason why his address is on Google is because there's a bunch of creeps online who found his address and put it on Google, and he like spends a lot of time trying to take it down. So obviously what Sniperwolf did was stupid and very much illegal in a lot of states, and YouTube should probably like take down her channel and ban her because like this is like one of those like unforgivable sins that you can't really get by. So this is not defending Sniperwolf. Like I feel like there's like hundreds and hundreds of videos on this of of people bashing on Sniperwolf and like saying what happened because obviously what she did was like stupid and there's no defense for that. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm also not going to like do a deep dive into this and like show a bunch of things of like all the history between them and all that because it doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is like if I was Sniperwolf, how would I have turned this scenario on its head and made people get sympathy for me? Because if you don't know, Jacksfilms is like an OG YouTuber. He's been like making YouTube videos for years and years and years. And like a lot of like OG YouTubers, he's had some like a lot of success in the past. It's kind of waned a bit and it kind of like goes up and down. It's never like linear. And recently it wasn't going as good as it has. He was only getting a couple 100,000 views instead of like 1 million until he came on Sniperwolf. And it was big. Like a bunch of people were making fun of streamers for only reacting to content and not making anything themselves. Like XQC got a lot of flack for it. But Jacksfilms targeted Sniperwolf because she's probably one of the biggest and most successful and she gets like millions of views a video. And when he did Sniperwolf videos, he got millions of views as well. Each and every one getting multiple million views, which is like doing way better than all his other videos. So that would have been like my first like, oh, I can just say he's just doing this for the views. He doesn't actually care about content creation. But then if I did that, his fans would be like, actually, he's always had a problem with like React content. He took down like Jinx. So that like he actually cares. This isn't just a one-off thing. I'm like, okay, maybe, right? But then you have to think about it. This is just like straight up harassment, right? Because like he made a couple of videos, which sure, he's getting good views, so of course. But then he made a whole other channel dedicated to shitting on Sniperwolf. Multiple videos a day, multiple hours a day on a stream, reacting to Sniperwolf's reactions. If I was Sniperwolf, I would have tried to do the whole Jacksfilms is just the new version of Leafy is Here. Because if you don't know, Leafy is Here essentially was doing like the same thing, but to Pokimane. He would just make video after video after video, insulting and making fun of Pokimane until he eventually got like permanently banned for it. So if I was Sniperwolf, I would have said, this is clearly targeted harassment. He's trying to get his fans to constantly harass me and attack me. And he's so bent on it that he made an entire other channel to do this. How is this not targeted harassment? Like there's one thing of calling out React streamers and saying they're all bad. And it's another thing to like pinpoint one person and continually make video after video of making fun of her and attacking her, right? And then I would go on and say that like he doesn't actually care about React content because he made this video or like this channel like a year ago and he started targeting like every React streamer, including like the Sidemen, but it wasn't getting good views. It was like getting 50,000 views, 100,000 views. And as the views went down, he stopped posting. He stopped posting for 5 months because he doesn't actually care about React content. He just cares about the views. And when he saw that he could get like hundreds of thousands to millions of views a couple times a week by putting out low effort content as well, while still acting like the moral superior, because he would never react to React content, because he's such a genius to react to a reactor. It's not like other people have done it better and more successfully in the past. But luckily for him, the target he picked ended up being one of the dumbest people of all time, because instead of like obviously just calling out what he was doing and act like the victim, she decided to dox him. Instead of just saying like he doesn't care about reactors, he only does this when it gets him tons of views. He only picked out Jinx like 7 years ago because it was getting 5 and 6 million views when he did a video on Jinx. Whereas when he was doing videos on other random people like the Sidemen, it only had 50,000 and 100,000 views, and that's when he stopped doing it. So he's clearly just trying to chase the views like everybody else, and he's upset that he doesn't get as many views as I do. And he's clearly targeting me and harassing me nonstop, and YouTube needs to step in, because they didn't let this harassment happen when it was Leafy's here. Why are they letting Jacksfilm continually harass me? Instead, she decided to break the crime. And so I guess Jacksfilm is the better content creator because he knows how to pick his targets. And one last thing, since when do people care about IP law so much? Like, IP law and like DMCA is so corrupted by like mega corporations like Disney that like anybody who actually cares about that law is insane. Like in my books, like there's no way that you can actually pull out anything useful from that law that isn't somehow tainted by people like Disney. And like everybody themselves is most likely breaking like DMCA law at some point in their life, if not daily or weekly. And people will also like complain about React streamers or content creators while also having ad blocker if it's not also the same thing of stealing money from them. I guess the only difference is you aren't directly profiting, but like glass houses and all that.